Hi everyone, so my name is Natalie Amaya, and today I'll be talking about breastfeeding and formula feeding. So, the main topic and focus that I decided to do my presentation on is, should parents really be judged for deciding whether they should breastfeed or formula feed their child? This topic is actually very important to me because I was able to experience both. So right before I had my son, I had a friend and she gave birth a few months before I did, and she decided to start her breastfeeding journey. She encouraged me to give it a try. She said she actually liked it and it wasn't as bad as everyone seemed to think it might be. So I decided to give it a try, and my experience was not the same as hers. I don't know why I thought it would be the same because everybody goes through their own experience. But I definitely went for it and it humbled me a lot. So breastfeeding was very challenging, but it was rewarding at the same time because I felt as though I was able to accomplish something that I decided to give a try. With my daughter, I gave her formula and it wasn't really such a problem because formula was quick and easy to basically give to my daughter. But it did come with some things like expensive cans. Formula is not cheap at all. It definitely costs a couple of dollars. And if you breastfeed, it definitely do save you a couple of dollars. So the question that I do want everyone to think of today is, should parents be judged for the decisions they make when it comes to either breastfeeding or formula feeding their child? So the question that I really want everyone to focus on is, should parents be judged based off of their decision to formula feed or breastfeed their child? So a study shows that 92% of new parents have gone through a phase where everything they did, they were judged by people. Basically, anything they try to do from the time the baby is born until the age of 1, it came with a lot of people opinions. Sad to say, the judgment also came from close friends, doctors, family members, and basically any outsiders as well. Some people do believe that breastfeeding is the only right choice, only because it do come with benefits, but that's wrong because formula comes with benefits as well, and it do carry the vitamins that is needed for the babies. The truth is, everyone has their own perspectives and their own problems going on that leads them to the reason why they would choose to breastfeed or formula feed their child. So today I'll explain some challenges that parents do face, some ways that we could support them and help them in a way to make them just feel confident and not judged. So when having a kid, you basically are going through a whole life change. Everything will be different, everything will be new to you. So therefore, we should be easy on people who are experiencing this, whether it's the first or the third time. Breastfeeding could be very emotionally draining, physically draining. It comes with a lot that people don't really see. They just see the baby being fed and think that everything is okay just because the baby is getting all the vitamins that they do need. But I happen to go through this myself, and when I breastfed my son, it was not the easiest. There was a lot of times that I did feel like I needed to quit, but deep down, I did not want to quit something that I had already started. I struggle with milk supply, so basically, when I did breastfeed, I realized I did not make a lot of milk like other people will, and it kind of made me just want to go back to formula feeding. Formula is definitely on the pricier side, and with the way society is set up now, it just makes it really hard for parents to know what's the right thing to do. Even though both methods are different from each other, when it comes to feeding, the only thing that should matter is if the baby is eating and if the baby is healthy. So the effects of judgment definitely takes a toll on a parent's mental health. I feel as though people do not realize that when you say certain things, sometimes a parent have already heard it before and they just constantly do not want to get told the same things over and over when they're just trying to do what's best for their kids. Many new parents, or just parents in general, are already going through enough. Most do go through postpartum. And just being very judgy towards the parent could add more stress and anxiety to them without you even realizing what is happening behind closed doors. So many parents start feeling guilty or doubt themselves a lot because of that. And it just makes them look at life a little more differently and makes them feel like they're failing their child. According to one of the studies, guilt is basically a common feeling when it comes to anyone that is breastfeeding or formula feeding. So even though they're two quite different methods, most of the time the parents do go through the same feelings of being like they're not enough for their kids. So this comes to show that no matter what a parent is doing for their kids, someone is always out there to judge them. Maybe not in a bad way or not in a good way, but the way the words do come out to the person just could stay in their mind for a very long time, just when they need to focus on being there for their baby and making sure the baby is healthy and fed. So really, how can we better support parents? To start off with, we need to respect the parents. We need to accept that the decisions they make is what they feel as though is best for their kids. We shouldn't assume that we know what's best for other people's families, because in reality, they're the ones that are doing things to make it possible to keep the family together and to keep their kids healthy. Finally, we should not judge no matter the circumstances. Every parent is different, every baby is different. Nobody will ever go through the same experience. Some parents breastfeed, some formula feed, some even do both. But at the end of the day, as long as the baby is healthy, that should be all that matters. Looking back at my own experience, I'm actually happy that I decided to go what worked for me. Because at the end of the day, I was the one that was going to go through either what worked best for me. So for my daughter, formula feeding was better for me, and for my son, breastfeeding was better for me. At the end of the day, they both are two healthy kids, and that's all that matters. And I feel as though these type of information should be spreaded, just so parents could know, like, life is not going to be so easy, but you don't have to let what people say make your decisions.